So much of who you are, Alphonso, is your journey, and we were just talking about it. Places like this that were points in your journey. What does it mean to you to be here with the management company that represents you to give back?
I mean, for me, it feels good. You know, this is the environment that I grew up in. This is the city I grew up in. You know, each time I step on this pitch, it brings back a lot of memories. You know, seeing all these kids wanting to be, you know, footballers, seeing these kids wanting to be not just footballer, being something in life. It's inspiring to see, and to be able to help in a small way, you know, to bring out these camps is amazing. It's truly a blessing. You know, growing up, we kind of never had anything like this when I was their age. So having this at their age, you know, it opens their eyes for more and more, and helps them to, you know, achieve their goals in the footballing dream.
We see you so much as a global superstar now, but why was it important for you and your management company to kind of sit together and be like, this is an important part, this is a pillar of who I am, that I want this to represent my brand as much as, you know, any other apparel or any other sponsor I might have?
Yeah, I think it was important because growing up, like I said, we never had camps like these, and you know, it would have been really nice when I was their age to have camps like these. You know, playing with different players, playing with different, you know, coaches, and yeah, and just to give back to the community. You know, there's a lot of talent in Edmonton. There's a lot of talent in Canada that is untapped, and doing these camps will really help, you know, show that a lot.
It's been 6 months since the World Cup, and I remember after the Croatia game I asked you, that goal, regardless of the result, would mean so much. Now at the moment, obviously, after the result, you weren't willing to kind of sit in that and what it might have meant. Over the last 6 months, have you thought about, or have you experienced moments where a young boy or girl has told you how much that goal meant to them?
Yeah, definitely. I think during the game, you know, being able to score the goal for Canada was truly an incredible feeling. You know, despite the goal, you know, we knew that we had to win that game to keep our, not really keep our hopes alive, but definitely to spark something. And I think when I scored the goal, you know, it was a moment of joy. You know, it was a moment of relief for not just the team, for a whole country. You know, for being at a World Cup for the first time in 36 years. You know, it's like, you know, you're waiting, and you finally it happened. But, you know, after the game, you know, losing the game, you know, that was most thing on my mind. You know, losing the game, going home so early in the competition was devastating. But now that I had 6 months to sit down and reflect on the goal, it's truly an amazing feeling. You know, hopefully next World Cup in 2026 in our home, we can score a little bit more.
And what other lessons did you learn? What else have you reflected on since the World Cup?
I mean, for me, it's just this team is truly an incredible team. You know, I feel like going to the World Cup, a lot of people are like, you know, Canada's not really going to do good. You know, they can't compete at this level, and we showed that each and every game. You know, despite going home so early, I think the first game against Belgium, we played our best, and then the second game, and also Morocco as well, being able to put them under pressure. You know, not many teams have done that before, and being able to do that at our first World Cup in so long was a good feeling.
Do you at all think about that penalty against Belgium, knowing how well the team played, knowing how fine the margin was in that game?
Yeah, I know going to the game, you know, we were talking about it before the day before the game, you know, who's going to take penalties, just in case it comes down to it. You know, we had a competition, and yeah, I think at that moment, I felt confident in my ability. You know, I felt confident enough to step up to the plate and kick the penalty, and I picked my side, and, you know, unfortunately, the goalkeeper gets right. And for me, it's just keep my head up. You know, I didn't let it affect me throughout the game. I kept playing my game. I kept, you know, believing. I kept pushing, and the team kept pushing me. Yeah. So for me, it was a decision that I stick by. You know, if the situation occurred again, definitely I'll pick up the ball and do it again. You know, I wouldn't shy away from anything.
To that point, not shying away from anything, do you think about the challenge now ahead of lifting a first trophy in 20 years for this country, 23 years for this country,
Yeah.
and how much would it mean to you for Canada to win the Nations League?
I think going from the World Cup, seeing how the team is developed, how the team can play, how each and every player can fight for this country, going into the Nations League semifinals and finals, I think we do it step by step. I think we focus on the first game against Panama, and obviously we think about lifting that trophy. I think it will be a moment never before. Being able to lift a trophy, like you said, in 23 years. For Canada, in a competition that's very stiff, and yeah, I think for everybody, even the country, will be absolutely amazing.
How do you balance that though? Because you've had, going from the World Cup and everything that you were dealing with your club, and then obviously recovering from a few injuries, and then now Nations League, and then 6 days later it's Gold Cup. How do you focus on? Can you expect to give as much as you want for the Nations League?
Definitely, I think everybody that's coming into this camp for the Nations League is definitely motivated. We know what's at stake. We know what we can achieve at the end of this competition, and the players on the team have won major trophies already. And for this one, I think for your country, it's more passionate, it's more powerful. Because we're going to a tournament where a lot of people have an idea of maybe one or two teams that's going to win it, but they never put. I don't feel like they put Canada in the race. And we want to show that each and every day we're developing. Each and every day we're hungry, and we want to prove that we can play at this level.
How healthy are you right now?
I'm very healthy. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing some training. I think I'm healthy.
But knowing the schedule, and it's 6 days from the end, if you guys even make it to the final of the Nations League, it's 6 days, it's Gold Cup. Do you expect to play in both competitions?
I mean, for me, yeah. I mean, I'm healthy. We're gonna see what happens in the Nations League. The first game, I'm healthy. I'm healthy to start. Whether the coach starts me in the game or puts me in the second half, I'm able to play the game, and definitely I'll give my all in the competition.
But Gold Cup, though, do you expect to play in the Gold Cup?
I mean, for me, I think so. I'm not sure how well how I'm going to feel after the Nations League. Because right now that's my main focus, to give everything, and we'll see what happens after the competition.
Everything I hear out of you is, I hear a young man who is finding his own leadership style and his own confidence. I imagine that's been helped by being alongside a lot of champions at the club and country level. But at this point, knowing that this might be going into not only the Nations League and the Gold Cup, but you got Copa America potentially next year, and then there's going to be another Gold Cup, and then it's another World Cup. Do you want that leadership style to grow? And knowing that John Herdman might soon be looking for a captain, do you want John Herdman to look at you and say, Alphonso Davies, do you want to be captain for Canada?
I think the most important thing is, I feel like a captain is not really the person that wears the armband. I feel like a captain can be in his own way, whether he's on the bench or in the starting 11. I think that I can be a leader in my own way. I feel like I don't really need an armband for me to prove to people that I can be a leader on the team, and so forth.
But I also imagine too, you look at this past World Cup, Lionel Messi leading out his nation wearing the armband. I imagine you look at that and think, that could be me one day.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes down to it, if the coach picks me to wear the armband, it's a great honor to be captain for my country. I'll take it and I'll provide everything I can for the team. And yeah, I mean, going forward, if your coach tells you, for you to captain a country, I think it's every little kid's dream.
How has the way you hold yourself, taking moments on like wanting to take the penalty against Belgium, wanting to lift a trophy, potentially considering being captain, how has that all been influenced by your time at Bayern and the leaders that you've been around?
Yeah, I mean, at Bayern, I've been around many players that are leaders. I think not just one or two. Like I think the whole team are leaders. To be able to succeed in this game of football, you need everybody on the same page, everybody trying to push the team forward. and being able to be around some of these guys is truly incredible, because you know, here's guys that have won everything in football, and they're still pushing and they're still fighting for something. You know, it really opened my eyes, and shows that, you know, going forward I can do the same.
The one thing about a footballer's life is sometimes the news is kind of out of his control, and people will talk about him. Have you ever Googled yourself to see where the transfer rumors or what's going on and what people are saying about Alphonso Davies?
Yeah, today? I mean, the transfer rumors are out there. I mean, at the end of the day, they're just rumors. I still have 2 years left at Bayern, you know, and my main goal is to play at Bayern and to help the team as much as possible. I mean, whatever happens with the rumors, I don't know, but my main focus is to, right now, still have 2 years left, and to focus on the team that I'm playing for right now.
I imagine, though, as a young man who's entering you're still in your early 20s. Do you think about, because Bayern has a history after Champions Leagues, when you think of, you know, 2000, 2001, they recalibrated after, and then they won at Wembley, they beat Borussia Dortmund, they recalibrated again, and then obviously you guys won just a couple of seasons ago. There is turnover at Bayern, and you might be entering a turnover period. Do you think to yourself, okay, do I want to be a part of that? Or do I, because I've won everything here, or do I want to take on a new challenge?
I think for me it's important, like you said, you know, it's a turnover situation, and I think right now, you know, you can see that there is change in management, but that doesn't really affect the players. You know, we just go out there, we do our game, we play our game, and for me, it's just important for me to you know, play my game for this club right now that I'm at. You know, like I said before, I had 2 years, still have 2 years left, and all the transfer rumors, you know, I forget that noise, and I focus on what's in front of me now. And yeah, I let my team handle the outside noise, and I just focus on the pitch.
Bayern does have so many legends who focused on the pitch and who have won on the pitch. Do you sometimes think about yourself as a one-club guy? You could wear that famous jersey for the rest of your career?
Yeah, I mean, if it comes down to it, I don't see why not. I mean, Bayern's, you know, one of the biggest clubs in the world, and they have excellent players. They bring excellent players. You know, we've seen many legends come and go through in the club, and it's truly an amazing feeling, you know, to be able to play for a club like this. And going forward, you know, I just want to be part of that and give my all for this club.
Finally, if we can call the last 4 or 5 years where you've introduced yourself to the world, you talk about Vancouver Whitecaps and all the things you achieved there,
yeah,
to moving to Bayern, to winning the Champions League, to, you know, being a part of that Nations League win against the United States for Canada, then going to a World Cup. If that was you introducing yourself to the world, what could this next 3 years leading up to the World Cup, the Copa America before it, how your club career continues to evolve? What's this chapter called?
What's this chapter called? I mean, chapter 3 or chapter 4? I don't know. Yeah, but for me, it's, you know, having that period of time. I think it's just keep the momentum going. You know, trying to win another Champions League, trying to win another league title, trying to win another treble or 6th trophy. You know, each and every day, I try to do something to develop my skill, to help the team on the pitch, off the pitch, and just be like the person to develop in the team, and also help others as well.
And win that first trophy for Canada.
And exactly, win that first trophy for Canada.
Thanks for this, Alphonso.
Thank you.